I was killing time just now by watching World Star Hip Hop. I find that's my go-to whenever like I'm on the laptop. I was like, I got a little bit of downtime. My default is just World Star Hip Hop. I don't know what's
So
wrong with me.
you just love starting your day with ratchetness, huh?
Property Ebonics.
So I want to start by saying, good morning, people. Whatever time of day it is, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for tuning in to
Hey,
Proper Ebonics
good
podcast
night, baby. Good night. Welcome to Proper Ebonics. Little midnight session.
with the with Kirk and Alan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
People
So
listen to this at night. I've heard multiple people be like, "Oh yeah, no, I listen to this at night because I like the sound of both your voices." I'm like, all right,
ooh.
if that soothes you to sleep, I'm down for it. Listen
No,
to the episode when you wake up, complete it, but I'm okay with that.
we said it before. When it comes to especially comedic podcasts, our voices are definitely some of the most soothingest of voices to hear on a podcast. You know, very deep. You know, is it monotone is the word I'm looking for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's just
soothe. I think soothing's a perfect word for that, man. Soothing, calming, seductive. That's how I feel. That's
it's
how I
like
feel about that.
it's like listening to a cup of tea,
Damn. Oh my god. Welcome to Proper Ebonics.
sips tea.
Yeah. Yeah, man. What you been up to? I haven't seen you in like a week.
Yeah, man. All week. What is today? Today's Saturday. All week, man. I've been helping my girl get her store up and running. That's what I've been doing. So she's up and running and
Nice.
retail space. You know, got to plug it again. You know, 727 Franklin Avenue in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? 30 black owned businesses in there, from jewelry to clothing, accessories, home goods, whatever you need. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. Wait,
I've
where
been
is
doing
this?
that.
This is in Pennsylvania or New York?
It's in Brooklyn. You know,
Okay.
so I've been doing that all week.
Let's show up to Franklin Street in Pennsylvania. Like, what the hell is this? It's like eight Saxby's here. It's not one black-owned business. Thank you for
uh,
clarifying. Thank you for clarifying.
and Franklin Street in Lancaster, there's actually that's where the prison is. So
Well, that's odd.
you don't want to show up there, especially not. You don't want to do that when it's not on your own accord either, because that's not a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, I'm appreciative audience members sort of thing. I think, not to get off track, shout out to black-owned businesses and the plug for the rest of it, but I think performing for detainees, like people that are in prison, probably be a good set.
Jeff Ross did it.
Yeah,
Ali Sadiq, he did it too.
I feel like that's like I know like a lot of comics they do like colleges. There's probably some comics and circuits where you just round up prisons, just tour prisons. There's a lot of them.
How do you think your set would do in a prison? Like, how do you think they would take it?
I think they would enjoy it. I think I have enough neutral energy where it's not over masculine, it's not over feminine. It's like a nice neutral one where they're like, oh, I think we're not threatened by this in any way. He's doing his thing and he's making us laugh. I think. I don't know. I
Yeah,
know that I would do well.
I think you would. I think you would thrive in the prisons, especially because prisons are so diverse. Not really; they're mostly black. But I was going to say because it's a wide array of people, and your comic touches. So I just think about like, now prison's like 80% black. I was like, yeah. But I think you would do great in prison. What have you been up to this past week, man?
If anyone listen to that sentence, please put it in context. Don't just listen to that part. I think you do good in prison. Anyway, man, what you been up to this week? Like, please listen to the sentence before that. I'm, I've been chilling, man. I have the biggest point of this week. I have a crick in my neck. Woke up on Monday doing my stretches, and I made a mistake of stretching my neck while still sitting in bed when there's not like a stable foundation. You want to like stand and do it. You don't want to stretch in bed. And immediately, like right here, it's been there all week. It's very annoying.
It's
Uh,
called it's called age, man.
I don't know, man. I've had one of these before, and I think it's just from not doing much. The last time I had one this bad was I was probably in like eighth grade or the summer of eighth grade at my grandmother's, and I was doing nothing. I was literally just I had a TV schedule where I'd watch TV for like 6 hours, I remember just watching the Joe Schmo show, the reality one. Shout out to that show. And I had a really bad one that lasted for days. And I think just from not doing much,
Yeah.
I'm getting it again.
Maybe you just got a weak neck. Maybe you
Come
probably
on, man.
wouldn't
Don't
do
say,
well in
don't talk about
prison.
my neck like that.
You wouldn't do well in prison. You got a weak neck. I don't.
Come on. I got a strong neck, man. Come on. You haven't seen me do a headstand. Once you see me do a headstand, you'll realize, all right, he's got a good neck. He's got a good neck.
Listen, I didn't listen. Maybe your fro would help you do a handstand. I don't know, but I think that
I don't,
you. All I know is with age comes with great pain. Is what they always say. I think.
it also comes with wisdom, right?
I know one thing. I was laying in bed the other day too, and I'm pretty sure I dislocated my ACL or some shit. I was like, "Is that my MCL?" I felt like my knee popped out of place. I had to like lay there and like kind
Yeah.
of like slowly pop it back in place. I was like, "What is happening?" I'm getting injured while I'm sleeping at 6:30 in the morning while I'm in pain like this.
Damn, that is age. Yeah, I don't know what ACL is. I know it's somewhere in like the foot leg area, and I know
I'm pretty
athletes
sure it's
have
the
like
knee. I'm pretty
it's
sure
a
it's the
knee.
knee.
That would make
Yeah,
sense. Yeah, no, that would make sense. I just know that it keeps getting torn. If you're a basketball player, you're getting a torn ACL. And I'm
yeah.
like, well, I don't play basketball, so maybe I just don't have one of those. So I haven't been worrying about my ACL.
It's like the most common injury in sports nowadays for some reason. Like ACLs weren't a thing in the 80s. Now we grew we grew ACLs. Now they just keep breaking or something. Like I don't
You
know.
know, ACLs evolved with time throughout the 90s. Once blockbusters started popping up, ACLs started making their way into the market, and boy, oh boy, have they been breaking. Um,
My my theory is that people are getting faster and stronger, so we're moving in ways we probably shouldn't be.
mm,
That's my theory. Because I'm telling you, yo, like in the 70s, when I was alive in the 70s, people never got ACL injuries. You know what I'm
did you
saying?
say when you were alive in the 70s? Yeah, how old are you, Doug?
As I was saying, I was like, this sounds kind of dumb because I wasn't born then. But like, I just feel like every year there's like more and more ACL injuries and MCL sprains and all those CL smooths. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't.
Yeah, there's a CL smooth injuries. I've been getting just some MC injuries nonstop, just MC injuries, just left and right, just rhymes coming at me. And it's like, oh man, now my head hurts.
Look,
MC injuries, they're difficult.
listen to me. I don't know if you want to go there, but you text a pretty good rhyme scheme to the group text
Yeah.
the other day. It was really good. You should
Thank
probably
you.
share that joint, yo. You should
Well,
share.
I was like, well, I don't have anyone to really share this with. I share with my one buddy just the first line, and he tried to play it off like, oh, that was whack. Stick to jokes. And I was like, man, fuck you. That was a hot rhyme right there. That was a good rhyme. And then like I dropped him a wiki link referencing the rhyme. He's like, okay, well, I guess that is a good rhyme. But yeah, thank you for acknowledging it. I like doing that here and there. I've been doing more of it. So I wanted to bless the group chat with a little jujitsu bar. Shout out to Pat.
It was really good. I even read it to my girl. Like, listen to this.
Yeah, man. You ever get that where it's like you're just getting your just pockets of rhymes. It doesn't happen always. I never. It's not like I'm always like, oh, I gotta start doing a rap or rhyming. But then out of nowhere, it'll just hit me, and it'll just be like a day worth of like, all right, well, I'm gonna write that down. It's like when you write jokes down, but instead it's just rhymes.
No, yeah. I do find myself rapping from time to time, but it's usually like 80% nonsense.
Oh, okay.
That's the phone going off. It's usually like 80% nonsense when I'm rapping. So like I don't know what it is. Like I'll be like, look at Kirk's fro, look at Kirk go, yo, don't be a hoe. Oh. So that's usually just nonsense,
That
like
was
80%.
hot. That was some good nonsense.
Like 80% of the time is nonsense, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure I annoy the people around me a lot of the time. They're like, will you shut up? Their rap didn't make any sense. But like the bars you spit, they made sense. So it was like it was
Yeah,
clever, it rhymed well. So
yeah,
it's pretty
you're saying, well, come on, man. You never be on some other shit. Grip it with your other whip, ship it in the back 2 times, call it double dip. You never do that. You never do that.
that was hot. You should get some oven mitts.
Woo! It's popping. Come on. I like that freestyle element. That was dope.
Yeah, you like that off the top of the head. You know?
Hell
I
yeah,
was
man.
I got a shout out to Mark Stoudemire, right? Mark Stoudemire is a comedian out of PA. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
saying?
shout out to Mark.
I'm gonna be on Mark's podcast in a couple of days, and one of the things that he's talking about on the podcast that we're gonna be talking about is writing jokes. You know what I'm saying? He wants to like go over all of our joke writing, like all of my joke writing premises, how I write, and all this other stuff. And I'm kind of like ashamed to say like I don't have like the best writing techniques. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of my shit is just like I'm not gonna say I don't go on stage and I don't go off the top, but what I do is like I'll write a premise and then I'll work it while I'm on stage, different stages. You know what I'm saying? So like each show I will make something better and better. So like it's kind of like the same thing with when it comes to rapping. So it's like I got the idea in my head, but I'm not really like writing out full jokes. Like I really don't do that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I don't think that's bad though. I think a lot of people have that. Like it's just like you're kind of going through with the thought. Like you have the thought, you have the gesture, you know what you're doing without writing it down, and then you elaborate during execution.
Yeah, and then so that's why open mics are so important to me because then after the execution, then I'll go back and write like, oh, that part was funny, and I'll write that down and I'll build like that. But I like it was just thinking about it when we start talking about rapping and writing raps. I don't really like sit down and be like, okay, here's the beginning of the joke, the middle, and here's the end, and it's ready to go. Like I
Yeah.
really like write like a premise or like a sentence or two. You know what I'm saying?
That's
And
the
I'll,
way to do it. I don't know. I don't think that's I think that's common in a lot of ways too. And it's like not forcing something that's there, I feel. Like what was it? The Charles I think it's like Bilowski. He's like some German poet, but his whole thing is like don't try. And it pertains to writing pretty much, where it's like, you know, if you're not, if it has to be a strained effort to do it, and it has to be like, oh, I gotta sit down and really do this, and it's not something that just comes. I don't know, it's maybe that's not the best route then. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing that you're kind of just doing that though.
but then you got people like Jerry Seinfeld who say you got to write every day.
Mm,
He
he's
forced
not
himself
trying
to
though.
write. He says he's not trying though.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I shouldn't speak on Jerry Seinfeld's process. I have no idea. I have no idea. I can't even pronounce Charles Bilowski's last name. No clue what I'm talking about with that. But I do like that theory though, of like, oh, let it come naturally, and the effort will come within that. But I don't know. Maybe that's just lazy man talk. I don't know.
So yeah, I go back and forth with that all the time. Like, am I just being lazy or I'm just being true to myself? You know what I'm saying? Because like I've learned it's not like I just was like, yo, I'm not going to sit down and write jokes and force it. But what I learned is when I force it, it ain't funny. Like it's just not when it naturally comes to me. It's kind of like sex, right? When you force it and it doesn't flow naturally, the person on the receiving end isn't as pleased. You know what I'm saying?
Pat, edit that out. What?
Not like force it like that, but I mean like not like force it like take it. I mean like I mean like when it's just kind of like unnatural and it's just not you ever have a girl where you just be like, come on, babe, let's have sex, babe. You know what I mean? It's just not the same as like you caressing her and kissing her and naturally letting it flow. I'm not saying take it, Kirk. I'm not saying take it. I'm just saying like, you know what I'm saying? We're not romantic about it. We're just like, all right, let's have sex now. You know what I mean? It's just not the same because now she on the receiving end, she's not as pleased as if she would be if you know what I'm saying, you caressed her and you romanced her. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say, man. Don't edit that out.
It's a problematic analogy. So
Don't
you
edit
had
that.
me at forced.
No, it's not. So that's what I'm saying because your brain take you there. No, I'm
No,
saying
I know what you mean. I'm messing around, but also the terming it. It's you got to be careful, man. We got to be careful. We're seeing more and more backlash from people using their words and their platform to voice their opinions and such, and it could have some consequences. I'm assuming you saw a story with a former MMA fighter, Gina Carano.
you shouldn't assume.
What do you mean?
I didn't see the story.
Oh, really? It's like I assume that this is like the big thing going on right now. People are talking about. So she's a former MMA fighter, one of the best to ever do it. I think she lost like one time to Chris Cyborg. So shout out to her on that. But then she went off into acting and being a model over the last few years. She's been successful. She's been in like Deadpool, and she was recently in the Disney Plus show, The Mandalorian, with the Baby Yoda.
Mm, yeah.
Let's get a little Baby Yoda little photo up there. Okay. But yeah, she was in that show. But she was recently let go by Lucasfilms Disney Incorporated. I don't know the full name. Due to her social media presence, and some of the opinions that she shares that have been lean more towards kind of the conservative viewpoints. But it's beyond conservative and liberal. I think it's just more so she has strong opinions, and uh, Disney, I guess, was not feeling it. Did you hear anything at all about what she
What
last posted?
I was going to say, what did she say?
So she's been known to post kind of like just typical like anti-vaxxer stuff during the whole when people were saying stuff about voter fraud. Apparently, she did some stuff to promote that. Um, she, I let people do like their pronouns
Uh-huh.
at their bio thing. She changed her pronouns like boop, bop, beep, and I guess people took it as like, oh, she's being transphobic, which
Yeah.
I don't. I think I don't fully know. It sounded like she was just going beep bop
That is
beep.
that is being transphobic. Yes, it is.
You feel it?
It is, Kirk. It is. Yeah.
It may be. I just didn't get full context, so I thought it was just like, oh, I heard that. But maybe
Because
given all the
you know how they are with the pronouns, so she's just pretty much mocking them.
that's kind of where like if that part of it, it's like, oh, okay. But it doesn't stop there.
But wait,
So
there's more.
yeah, so the big thing that she did now, that she posted that people are pretty upset about. So she compared the scrutiny that many conservatives face in 2021 to what Jewish people went through before the Holocaust. In that, her reasoning is that I'm going to paraphrase, so it's not her exact quote. She was stating that um, a lot of Jewish people, it wasn't a matter of like they were able to like just be sent away. Like it wasn't just like SS soldiers were able to just do that out of nowhere. It was a matter of like the government kind of tricking people into hating their neighbors, hating their Jewish counterpart neighbors. And then that then allowed the gates to open for something as terrible as the Holocaust. She's saying that is similar to what conservatives are facing right now in 2021 because of the scrutiny they face, which no, that's just no. That's not. I'm my personal opinion. No, you can't compare those two plights in any way. I don't know. What's your thoughts on it, man?
Wow. Yeah, she's where's she from? Just a regular white woman from America. Like where's she from?
I think she's from Texas. I
Okay.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, I know her
Okay.
from MMA stuff. I'm not sure where she's from. I'm pretty sure Texas.
Yeah,
So
she obviously lost her mind. Um, before I even get to the Jewish people thing, for somebody that's anti-vaxxing alone, I mean, I don't like when people say I don't like anti-vaxxers because they forget the fact that their parents vaccinated them a million times before they were an adult. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? So in order to get this far in this country, you pretty much have to be vaccinated to go to school. So that's just stupid. You know what I'm saying? So
mm.
like, it doesn't surprise me that someone that's an anti-vaxxer is also a conservative would say some dumb shit like that. Like, you can't listen to me. There's nobody is wrangling up conservatives and trying to kill them and extinct them. No one.
Yeah,
You can't compare it to the Jewish plight. That's insane.
yeah.
Like,
Well, that's the one thing that like I think conservatives, and I hate to always use the term conservative and liberals because it just further bridges that, or not even bridges divide, it just further separates divide.
you listen, okay, real quick. You don't make the divide. I feel like the conservatives, we call them what we see it. They make the divide. We just talking about it. So I don't
Yeah,
think like
but
we're not doing the dividing. They're doing the dividing. We ain't doing nothing.
yeah, I mean, but even within that like that language of like we versus them, I don't know. For me, my thing, man. I'm always about
I mean we as me and you. Me
yeah,
and you, I'm talking about me and you are not creating the divide between conservatives and liberals. People are doing things in the world to create the divide. Us just calling it what they're called, That's not us creating a divide.
Yeah, no, I get that, but because we're just we're talking about it sort of thing, and that is the easier way to describe it. But I cringe myself a little bit when I hear that. That said, though, I feel like a lot of conservatives have this thing with false equivalences.
Yeah.
It's their thing of like, well, it's kind of like this. It's like it's never like that. It's whatever you're going through is never like that case that you're bringing up. Um, and that part is just like, don't. That's it's I don't know if it's a matter because there is no real oppression that's ever been faced by the party or the people within the party, so it's a matter of like pulling from cases of actual oppression, whether it be like medical oppression, systemic oppression, all that stuff. I don't know. It feels like that's the one thing that I noticed a lot. It's a lot of comparisons, and I think that bothers a lot of people.
Conservative, listen to me. People like her. I'm not even gonna say people like her are weak people. Okay, people like her.
Very strong
Uh,
dog.
they're
You see her in that fight against Chris Cyborg. She lost, but it was an impressive bout. Just come on,
well,
man.
well, she's going to lose this fight with Papa Ebonics. Okay, because she's a weak person. If you can't, what a lot of people that are extreme conservatives and I want to keep my freedoms, dumb people, you know what I'm saying? They're weak. They could not be in a real oppressed position. They could not be in a black person's shoes for a day because you know what they do? They do shit like storm the Capitol. That's what they do when they think they're being oppressed. You know what I'm saying? They're weak people. Like for the false equivalency thing that you said is 100% true. Okay, they're just reaching for anything, reaching for like whatever out of thin air. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make any sense. The only thing that however the Jewish people probably have in common is their skin complexion. Like
Mm.
there's nothing within that plight is the same. You telling like nobody is wrangling up conservatives, putting them on trains and sending them to Auschwitz. Okay, that's not nobody's doing that.
Mm.
You like
They're sending
it's
them sandals.
sending them to Mar-a-Lago. Okay, that's where they're going.
Yeah. So, well, there's more to it. So she ended up getting let go from this, and how do you feel about the in terms of her losing her job? Because I feel like that's one thing you and I may disagree on.
I'm for it.
Yeah.
I'm for. It. I'm gonna tell you why. When you got people in positions that are okay, so a lot of okay, I'm not going to say 100% of all conservatives are racist. I'm not going to say that. But what I will say is when you are a person that doesn't understand, like how do I'm trying to make the same comparison like when like a cop is racist or like a judge or a doctor is racist. You are dealing with other races all the time. So you shouldn't be the person taking care of certain people. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
like you an actor, right? It's hard. Like you're a role model. Like you like it or not, you on TV. People see you all the time. You're on TV. You're a role model. People follow you or whatever. So now you're just spewing all this negative stuff into the air that you believe. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want my people watching that shit. Like
Mm.
I don't want my daughters watching her. Like, oh, I like her in this movie. Then they go follow her on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, and now she's seeing how she really thinks and feels. Like it's just detrimental to everybody that's involved. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
Nick Cannon, they shut down Nick Cannon's job for saying anti-Semitism shit. Same thing, right?
Yeah, and I think, and kind of like what we discussed last time too. It's just like I think people can be entitled to have bad opinions. I think people can have. I'm not saying it's a smart thing to do. I'm not saying if you have like a multi-million-dollar deal with Disney, maybe cool it with what you're posting because that may jeopardize that. However, I just don't want it to be a thing where it's like, oh, okay, well, someone has a bad opinion. Let's completely. We talk about like the idea of like forgiveness and reform, and it feels more so like, okay, we're just gonna take everything away, not just from this person, but from all these ideas by doing the firing. It doesn't sit well. I think they could have just had her on the show, and then if people were to look at her opinions, they could see, oh, that person, I don't agree with them in any way. Um,
Now, but look, I'm gonna stop you right there, Kirk, because You say people can look at her stuff and disagree, and people can choose to stop watching whatever she's on. Now you as the boss is messing up your pockets.
Right. That's the part where it's like she could have chilled out on that. I guess in the sense of like the moral questioning of it, of like, oh, should someone who has outlandish opinions uh be scrutinized and blocked from getting income? I think that part doesn't sit well with me as much. I don't agree with their opinions. I think the way she went about it is something that I don't really vibe with that well. I think it's just kind of a weird move. Um, but I don't think, I don't know what's going to come out of what comes out of
Look,
firing her. It's just
look, it's it's the same thing as it's the same reason that they ask you for your criminal background on job applications. Why is that?
and that's not a good thing.
But the reason is because they are now responsible for you. You are the face of their company. You can be an asset or a detriment to their company. So as a business owner, I don't want anybody working at my business that's going to hurt my business. It doesn't make any sense business wise alone. Like
Yeah.
money wise, it doesn't make sense. So of course she's going to get a job, but I don't want you working for me because the way you think and the way you moving out here is going to hurt my business. That's why they
You
put
know,
criminal background checks on there. That's why you can't have a felony and work at a bank. You know what I mean? Like,
I think, yeah, I think business wise, I totally understand that. In terms of like, oh, well, they'll get another job, maybe, but not always the case. And I think that's a big problem with a lot of the onboarding for employees when they do in terms of criminal background checks. And there is some discrimination against people that have been in jail in the past. So yeah, that's when I actually feel pretty bad for people that are coming out. Not trying to virtue signal or anything like that. I'm just trying to get my tour on the prisons. Listen to the beginning of the episode. I'm trying to get that cell block money, which is I think soap. I think I'm just trying to get soap.
it's like 8 cents an hour. That's what they get.
I'm gamed. I'll do an hour set for a bar of soap and I don't know, like a razor. That seems to be like a kind of a cool thing to have.
A cup of noodles.
I'll do it for a couple of minutes. Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, I can't necessarily say like I'm fully like heartbroken that she lost her job or anything like that. I just we talk about the whole thing, like the idea of like cancellation, and I think that's one that's getting more and more into a slippery slope of single-minded line of thought for society, and kind of punishing those that aren't in that single thought. That part I think is what worries me.
Nobody's punishing conservatives. People are people are punishing people that are bad people. I'm fine with that. I'm completely
But it,
I'm completely fine with somebody's a bad person getting fired. You could vote for whoever you want to vote for. You could be on whatever political side you want to be on. But when you just a bad person and you're saying stupidity, saying dumb things all the time, I don't care about you because you don't care about me.
mm,
Like that's simple as that. I do not feel any remorse. I don't care. Like when you put out what you get what you put out. It's simple as that. Like you can think all you like you said it. You can think it. Just shut up. Just shut up. You
yeah.
ain't got it. What how are you benefiting? How are you benefiting from putting that out in the world? How?
Yeah, no, that's a good point too. That's one I also never understood. It's like, well, you could just kind of lay low with these, like, regardless of what your thoughts are. It does not have to be broadcasted left and right. But I guess that's kind of like the times that we're in, sort of thing. It brings us to something that I wanted to talk to you about, the idea of forgiveness. The idea of forgiveness. Um, do you feel that forgiveness, like forgiving someone, is a skill, or can forgiveness be seen as a privilege? Like the
What do you mean?
ability to be able to forgive, is that a privilege that's not afforded to everyone, or is it a skill set that you develop through communication?
No, I think everybody's afforded a opportunity to forgive. I don't think that a privilege. No, I think the biggest issue with forgiveness is like getting over it. Like I think that like yeah, anybody can forgive. Like I think it's more of a what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a self. I'm blanking,
Mm,
drawing a blank here. But forgiveness is like
Nokia.
what? What'd you
Oh,
say?
I thought you said Nokia. I thought that's the word you were looking for. I wanted to help you
No,
out.
no, I actually don't. I don't want to talk about Nokia. I bought stocks in Nokia and it went down, so I don't want to talk about
You
Nokia.
gotta forgive him, bro. You gotta forgive him.
But yeah, I think forgiveness is all about you. It's about you. Like, there's like anybody can forgive, but you got to be a big person to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I think anybody is afforded forgiveness. Yeah,
But being that big person part, I guess the kind of what I'm getting at is the idea of like, I let me frame it this way. Perhaps it's easier to forgive when you have the facilities to have a okay quality of life. It's like, or to say like something terrible happens, and then you're living your life or whatever, and you become whether moderately successful, and you're able to do these things and really develop independence for yourself. Is it then become easier to forgive that past thing that was done to you, for that person versus the other person that maybe goes through, still struggles in some ways, still goes through life and still has struggles that are, a lot of them are rooted in the issue that may have happened in the past that we're kind of using as an example of forgiveness. Is it harder for that person to forgive versus someone that was able to, not even, for different reasons, is in a different part of life? um I hope I'm not botching the wording of this too much. Does that make sense?
no, it makes sense. Hold on, I'm my computer. It makes sense. Oh, oh.
I'm looking at Alan's left hip.
All right. No, yeah, I had to plug my computer. No, it makes sense, but I think that I don't think any of that. It's all within yourself. That's
Yeah.
that's, that's what I'm saying. So I don't think that it matters where you're at in life. I don't think it's all within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like there's people that can have the world and still don't have the ability to forgive people. There's people that have nothing. There's homeless people that will say sorry to another homeless person because they're a bigger person and they understand and they're comfortable with themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I always play around with that idea of like, I typically think like, sometimes like being nice is a privilege. Of like, all right, well, if you grow up where everyone's being nice to you and the world is, everything's super kind, and you're not worrying about like your light shutting off, you're gonna in turn, because you've been given all this niceness, you're gonna put out niceness. And I wonder if it's the same for forgiveness in ways.
No, I don't think that's the case with any of them.
Mm,
Niceness, forgiveness, your personality traits have nothing to do with your income, have nothing to do with where you're at, like where you could, like I'm saying, like I've said this before. I think some of the best advice, some of the nicest people that I've ever met are homeless people and felons. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
So I don't look at Donald Trump for instance. He to some people he may have it all financially, but he's a terrible person. Like your personality has nothing to do with your income, has nothing to do with your status. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So like, yeah, I think that's where some people get mixed up in life and thinking that like, yo, when I get this money, everything will be good. Nah, man, you just got to be good. Like
Yeah.
you got to be a good person because that's all gonna come back to you tenfold. Like I
I
believe that
think, I
wholeheartedly.
guess, no, because I 1000% agree with that. I guess it's just getting to that point that we're deeming as being the bigger person. I think a lot of times we see that as like, it's an admirable trait that you want to aim for. And I think we kind of downplay how difficult that can be, depending on circumstances too, of like being the bigger person when something really affected you, something affected you that is a lifelong affection sort of thing, that's going to, like, it's going to affect how your relationships and how you view yourself and other people. And that I see that part of it of like, okay, well, is being the bigger person to forgive, I don't know, is it much difficult to do that? um I'm pretty much just like I'm going off just family drama right now. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do details, nothing
I
like
can
that.
see. I can tell you're going through something. But listen, I
Yeah,
think
that's like
that
I was like,
I
I'm
can
pretty sure it's
tell.
pretty
I
clear
wasn't going
right
to
now.
ask. It's very evident. I can tell, but I think that being a bigger person is definitely harder. But nothing in life that's worth having is easy. So like you have to be the bigger person to get over that, to get through that. Because like maybe look, sometimes you can be like I've had beef with like homies that like I ain't talked to for years. Like, but like when I got over it and was like, yo, I really don't care. Whatever you did to me, it doesn't matter to me anymore. I moved on in life. Like it's just the pressure lifted off everybody's shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you may hear something from them that you didn't even expect because you just like, yo, you know what? It doesn't hurt me to forgive. It doesn't. It just when you don't forgive, now you just sitting in that negative
Internalize
energy.
it, sort of thing.
Yeah, you're hurting yourself. You're not hurting anybody else but yourself by not forgiving somebody. So like
Yeah.
I'm not a saint. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying I'll just be like, I forgive you, it's okay. But I do understand that harboring in those feelings is not good for me.
Yeah. No, and if the family members are listening to this, uh, because I'm third party in this situation. No, it's one of those things too, where also it's some situations it's not even a matter of forgiveness or forgiving. It's more of a matter of like recognizing what does not work for you and what not does not work for you within particular relationships. So it's not even a matter of I forgive. It's just trying to navigate life beyond that. But thank you for indulging. That's,
Yeah, yeah.
that's I was like, I'm
Never,
not gonna name names or anything like that. But yeah,
yeah. Navigating through life beyond things is very, very important. It's very important, like in your work career, like when you go from one job to the next, you got to be able to navigate. One person that's navigating right now as we speak is Bow Wow.
Bow Wow,
Um,
man. Yeah,
but welcome to the
I
podcast,
forgave
Bow
Bow
Wow.
Wow like 7 times, man. Did he do something else? I can't do another eighth forgiveness. I can't do it.
He actually just posted that he's going to be retiring from rap.
What?
Yeah, he's going to be retiring. I thought he retired already, but he says he's going to be retiring from rap. And his next career choice that he wants to do something in television. And one thing specifically, he wants to join WWE.
I respect that. I respect that. I respect that one. I didn't realize that. That's what's up. He's gonna go by his real name, Shad, Big Shad, the Bow Wow Splash.
Bow
Yeah,
Wow.
the Bow Wow Lock. It's just him barking.
I figured you would enjoy that.
Producer Pat, the British Bow Wow, off the top rope. Yeah, man. I mean, hip hop, man. First we lose Nick Cannon, now Bow Wow. I don't know. It's no. I respect the. I don't understand the retirement thing. I think it's silly when people do that more than once. Um, but yeah, it brings his name into the media, and if his goal is to get into the media, let alone WWE, I get why he would use that tactic. I guess I'd be okay with seeing Bow Wow in WWE.
You don't think he's too frail?
Maybe he wouldn't be a wrestler, but he could be like a manager. Like the people that come by and like just like talk smash, or he can mess around and be a referee. He could do anything. Like just he could do a
See,
production assistant. He could do
you're
all
you're
this stuff.
right. Could he be an announcer or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Does Bow Wow have like a notably good voice?
Well, yeah, he's like one of the listen. Bow was like one of the top selling rappers of all time.
Really?
Yeah, he's a legend, bro.
All right.
I don't think listen, Bow Wow, when I was like, I've said this before, the first CD I ever bought was Bow Wow's first CD.
Beware of the dog.
Yeah. It's
uh,
actually it's actually called Beware of Dog.
Beware of dog. Okay, yeah. My bad, Bow Wow. Yeah, I got
Listen,
that gift for someone at a birthday party. They were so happy. They're like, "Oh, Kurt got the rap." I was like the only black kid there too. I was like, "Of course." It dawned on me years later, like I'm the one that got him the rap album. Everyone else got him Legos. But yeah, that was my Bow Wow thing.
Producer Pat said he looked up Bow Wow's net worth and is 1.5 million.
Yeah, he was the host of BET.
That don't
106 and
seem
Park.
like that don't seem like enough. 1 million?
No, I could see it. He probably has more than that. In terms of net worth,
1.5, that seems very low.
that
Pat, you
does
got to
seem a
check your
little.
sources. Because if you, like you said, if he's only making 1.5 million, it makes sense why he wants to go to WWE. But that seemed really low for Bow, for Shad.
For Mr. Wow. Bow Wow's net worth. Bow Wow's net worth is an American rapper and actor whose net worth of 1.5 million. And it details his career. In those days, he was known as Lil Bow Wow. Sometimes you forget that. After achieving success in the music world, Bow Wow ventured into acting. Yeah, Bow Wow's kind of had like a pretty great career.
Yeah, what I'm saying, 1.5.
Yeah, that's kind of low.
Somebody's trolling Bow Wow. That's
Yeah,
a no.
someone double check that. Yeah, I don't like that.
I'm about to text him. Hold on.
Gotta have him on the show, man.
That seems really low for him. I'm telling you, man, because he from like 2003 to like 2004, not 2007. He was like
From 2003 to 2004, he was 12. That's
he
all I
was
have
the
on you.
hottest. He was the hottest thing smoking. You know what I'm saying? Every teenage
Like Mike,
girl, yes, like
the movie
Mike.
still pops.
Listen, like, so hold on. What did producer Pat just say? He had financial issues. Wait, he was
Here's
in
where
2011.
I hope Pat's not copy and pasting this. Like, I hope he's writing this out. So it's like, actually, guys, funny that you mentioned this.
But look, even these things that he's saying, like Bow Wow owes 280,000 to a luxury car leasing company. He has back child support. Just 3,000.
90,000 to the IRS. 220,000 Ferrari repossess. We're kind of just blowing a Bow Wow spot right now. I don't like the direction of this. My bad, Bow Wow.
I just can't believe that his net worth is only 1.5. Like that just seems mind
That does
blowing.
seem low. I don't honestly, I don't even know what does net worth, does that also take in your marketability?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it just takes in your liquid assets and like your home and things like that. I don't think that
Uh,
it has anything to do with your marketability
yeah,
because
what's your net worth?
my net worth is probably like $400.
All right, that's what's up. Nice.
I'm not gonna lie. I Google myself all the time and my net worth doesn't come up.
Um, that's yeah, I don't know what my net worth is. My net worth is heart and compassion. You can't monetize my net worth, bro. You can't monetize my net worth. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Maybe that's why he wants to go into wrestling, but I just can't see little frail Shad doing a backflip off the top ropes. Just can't see it.
Yeah, you saw Snoop was doing it, right? He was at an AEW event. He did a frog splash. It was not a good frog splash. It reminded you, like, oh yeah, Snoop Dogg, he's like almost 60.
It's
Like,
funny because Snoop Dogg is Bow Wow's uncle.
are they like blood uncles?
Yes, they related. He's actually in what video is it? One of Snoop Dogg's first videos, Bow Wow was one of the kids on the couch
Oh.
in like 96, 90. Yeah.
Oh,
I
that's
forget
cool.
I forget which video, but it makes sense though. Snoop Dogg, Bow Wow.
No, I get, yeah, I get that part. I get the connection, the dog connection. Yes, I do get that. I just didn't know if it was like oh, we both like dogs and we both rap, we live in the same neighborhood, let's bond. I didn't know they were like blood related though. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, they are
Oh,
related.
well,
So
maybe we'll have a little in. Just like how Sasha Banks, she's the niece of Snoop Dogg. Maybe that could be a Bow Wow's in a love romance storyline with Sasha Banks and young Bow Wow.
so I'm
I'm
gonna
calling him young
assume
Bow Wow.
Sasha Banks is also a wrestler.
How dare you? Yeah, man. Sasha Banks is also a wrestler. Yeah, she's pretty known.
You know I don't watch it, bro. I just wanted to make sure. I want to clarify.
You mentioned things out of nowhere where it's like, why do you know that? And then it's like, oh yeah, the most basic thing, Sasha Banks. What? What is that? What? Do they sell that in your area? No. Like it's
Sasha, I don't know. Sasha Banks sound like a porn star that I used to watch.
is it Sasha Grey?
I don't know who that is. She sounds white.
She is.
I know it sounds
She's well, yeah,
white.
she's the porn actress that she went off into doing just acting, just like movie acting. That's why I know her from a few of the movies that I never watched that stuff, bro. I know that's all filth. I don't. So I know her from the movies, the silver screen.
Oh yeah, it's silver screens. You know it from that cum screen. But yeah, I don't know that many white
Dare you. How
porn
dare you.
stars names, but I can tell you, I can rattle off like 20 black ones.
Yeah.
You
I
know what I'm
could,
saying?
yeah. I know like two, and they're both named Pinky. So it's
You know what, man? I'm mad. Pinky got her Instagram deleted, and I'm mad because she used to follow me, man.
why she got, is she conservative too? Did they Instagram cancel Pinky?
Oh no, she is definitely not conservative. She
Okay.
is. Listen, she was spreading eagle, and she was showing, and you know how that goes on the gram. They deleted people for that. They let some get away with it, but when you start showing holes, they're like, okay, it's enough.
Yeah, that's a good rule. That's I think most businesses should go by that. Listen, all is good. You can have your opinions, but once you start showing holes, sorry, you got to get out of there.
Like,
Can't do
sorry, you got to get out of IKEA with that, okay? We don't want to see
that.
no holes in IKEA. Faces filled with holes.
Yeah, man.
Look, when
I was gonna say, if all is good, let's get into some prop suggestions. My prop suggestion for this week is, a lot of times people are hanging inside looking for something to watch. Valentine's Day is right around the corner and all that stuff. iCarly is back on
it's
Netflix.
tomorrow.
No, yesterday.
Oh,
Oh, Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Yes. Shout out to Valentine's Day. But yeah, iCarly is on Netflix, and this sounds like I'm kind of like joking around. I think iCarly is one of the funniest written shows. I love that show. It's very fun. And it didn't come out until I was like 22.
yeah.
But it,
Yes.
it reminds me very much of all that in the sense of how I felt as a kid watching all that and just the absurdity.
Yeah.
You haven't really seen Nickelodeon carry that over beyond Keenan and Kel until iCarly.
Mm.
And it's a little treat. Sometimes I'm not, sitting around watching iCarly all day, just in the mornings or whatever. But like, yeah, you could watch iCarly, and I highly recommend it. If you haven't watched it before, check it out. I think you're gonna get a nice little chuckle out of it.
I'll be sure to tell my kids.
Yeah, that's a good thing to watch your kids tonight. Watch some iCarly. I think you'll like it too.
No, I've watched too much iCarly. I watch way more than I have wanted to.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a thing that they watch all the time.
they got good taste.
The kids, it's only like 2 channels for kids to watch.
It's. I'm gonna after us. I'll check in and see what Gibby's up to. I haven't seen Gibby as an adult.
So is it just bringing back old episodes, or is it like new stuff?
No, it's old episodes. I'd watch a reboot of iCarly after this little kick that I've been on. But yeah, it's old episodes they brought back. And that's been entertaining.
Speaking of old episodes, I'm sorry to our viewers and listeners, we didn't even talk about this. Chappelle Show is coming back on Netflix.
Yeah, it just came back. I checked it yesterday. It's officially
Yeah,
back on.
yeah. I guess Comedy Central. That's be my suggestion. Go watch some Chappelle Show.
Always.
Comedy Central, I guess, paid Dave. They paid him. You know what I mean? Gave him some licensing and gave him some money for it's his show, which they should
Yeah.
have done. You know.
Yeah, because I know it wasn't a matter of like Comedy Central was getting paid, but Netflix or Dave Chappelle wasn't when they put it on.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, that's a good example of like him advocating for himself and getting the desired results, and for a
Yeah.
very very funny show.
Yeah, man, and that's arguably people say it's funniest comedy show ever. Like that
I'll say
thing
it. Yeah, I'll say it. Funniest comedy show ever.
ever. That's the thing was it only 2.5 seasons or whatever it was, 3 seasons. It was
That's
awesome.
all I needed. Yeah.
But it showed like I don't know if I don't think you've seen this, but they put out like a little 10-minute special thing on Instagram talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
He did. They released it on Netflix too, I think, because
Oh, they
I
did?
didn't. Well, I saw that it was saying like Dave Chappelle at something. It looked like he was doing it from his farm, um, but it looked like another one of those, like the one he did back in the summer, the George Floyd one. It looked like
Yeah.
another version of that.
That's like his I think it's cool to watch. That's like his thing now. Like he
Yeah,
just puts out like these little 10, 15-minute talks. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Like it's just that's the way that comedy is going right now. Like he can record it himself because he's still performing down in Austin, Texas.
yeah,
Him and Joe Rogan and all them doing those outdoor shows or whatever. And he just talks and records it and puts it out to his Instagram. Like it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to watch. You know, you really
Hmm.
ain't got to go pay for nothing. You ain't got. It's just right there on your timeline. You know.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll check it out later on. I was about to say I have zero plans today. That's not true. You boys got a little date. Boys got a little,
Hey,
yeah, a little,
mamacita,
what? Wait, what?
little mamacita.
She is a mom. She is a mom. She is a mom. She is. She, how do you know, bro?
Yeah. It's not my baby mom, is it?
I can't confirm a no on that. I don't think so, though. I don't think so. Um, how wild would that be?
Look,
Um,
when y'all go out, man. I was talking to I don't know if you've seen this, man, but I've been making this. I started a revolution. Like
so
I'm not gonna say I started it. I'm gonna say
you definitely
pushing
did
it.
just say you started it.
I
You
want to I
definitely
want
did.
I want to dial it back. I want to dial it back. I want to seem more cocky with it. But I'm helping push forward the revolution of restaurants taking the tails off the shrimp before it comes to my plate, before it makes it to my table. I'm sick and
Tails
tired.
off the shrimp.
I am sick and tired. Listen to me. It's not coming from thin air. I'm sick and tired of restaurants cooking shrimp and leaving the tails on. If you're making Alfredo, I don't Alfredo should not be finger food. Okay.
Yeah.
I do not want to have to bite the shrimp or rip the tail up. Have it already untailed,
Now,
detailed.
do you mean this for like if it's coming in like Alfredo and pastas, like they shouldn't have the tail, or do you mean just any shrimp?
Okay, fried shrimp is okay. Fried shrimp are like shrimp scampi. It's okay because it's already finger food. But when you talking about like I had other day, I had like a shrimp bowl with like rice and vegetables, but the shrimp had the tails on. So now I gotta like eat my
Uh,
like it's just so pointless. It's in the way. Stop being lazy. Like I
yeah.
pay you because I'm lazy. Like stop it.
The people are gonna be like, we like the process. We like using the fork to stab the tail, then moving the knife along the shrimp meat to move it away from the tail. It's the thing we like doing.
I even heard people say, which is one thing I never thought about this. Like they said that leaving the tail on helps increase the flavor. It helps keep the
Uh,
flavor in. So I was like, okay. I was like, cool. If that's the case, cook it with the tail on. But when it comes to my table, take it off by then.
mm.
I don't want to have shrimp out. I don't want to have finger food Alfredo. I just don't want
You know what I think it is a lot too. I think seafood in general is not a hoax, but it's just kind of like a it's high up there on terms of the foods you can get when I feel like it should be more mid-level. It's
that.
top tier. I feel like it's mid card at most though. Personally, I don't think it tastes that great, especially if you're in Pennsylvania. You're nowhere really near an ocean, so it's being processed left and right.
Right.
So I think when they do put the tail on it, it's more so for presentation of like, oh no, you're eating this luxurious form of seafood, not just some insect from the sea. Because you take the tail off, it's just you're just looking at sea meat. So I think maybe some of them have that logic.
Yeah, I don't care what part of the country and what part of the world I'm in. I don't want to be. I don't want to eat my food with a fork and have to pick it up with my hand too. I don't want to do that. It's either
Yeah.
one or the other. It's either fork or it's finger food. That's it. Like that's my only beef
Damn.
with that. And I love seafood. Okay.
So maybe one of your goals is to eat Alfredo with your hand. It sounds like that's going to be the go-to.
And it's not even the Alfredo. Listen, it's not even just for me, man, because I don't really bang with Alfredo like that because it got cream sauce and you know I'm
Yeah,
lactose
that's
intolerant. Like
stomach. Yeah, yeah.
I really can't get busy with that. But like I was literally eating like a stir fry from his restaurant type thing, and I was pissed off. It was really good, but I had to stop and bite it with my hand. I was just like, why is this happening? Why is this not already done for me? I pay for this. I'm American. This should be done for me.
Holy shit. Karen Massenberg over here. You meant that with your heart too.
Yo, for real, man. Like it's so annoying.
I get why that would be annoying. If someone was like a frequent shrimp eater, yeah, no, I get that. I think some
That's
people just eat the tail too. Like my grandmother with fish, her favorite part was the eye. Like her fisheye was like her favorite part. So some people just love like the tail. I used to love that as a kid, like a mackerel. So I think people just also enjoy the element of crunch that the tail may bring.
See, somebody all listen to me. I've all these things I've heard, but there are more people that don't enjoy the tail.
I love you've had this conversation multiple times and you've heard all
Listen,
defenses for it.
I got it all. Like I posted it. I posted it on the gram. It was a cardboard sign. I was standing in the middle of the street, and I was had my sign up. It's the restaurant's job to take the tails off the shrimp.
He was outside of a Red Lobster. Damn.
I was literally outside the restaurant that I had the food from.
You just put that on the review page afterward. Like, what? He seemed to really enjoy the shrimp. He straight up bashed us. There's like 14,000 people following our page now, all bashing us.
14.3.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, I don't know. That's my rant. But man, I was just like, yo, I just want my shrimp detailed.
Detailed shrimp. Yeah, man. Oh, hopefully they change that, man. I don't know if you noticed. I've been like making this movement the whole episode. I have one shoe on, and I don't know where the other shoe went, and my right foot is freezing. It's like I don't. It's not very comfortable. I just want to let you know, for context wise, why I keep doing this, and also where the hell my shoe went. I don't. I have no idea where that could have gone.
I was just thinking you had some water down there and you couldn't find your water. I do that.
I got my
My
water over
water's
here,
always.
man. My water's. I would be super mad if my water was lost out of nowhere.
You could put your foot in your thermos. That looks like a warm thermos.
My foot's too big for that. It's way too big for that, bro.
Producer Pat said, "You put shoes on to record at home."
Hey, look, yeah, I didn't put a suit on, Producer Pat. Yeah. Yeah, no, well, I walk around in shoes nonstop. I don't know, I don't like being barefoot. I don't like it. Even in home, it just feels I feel more comfortable in shoes. Like when they say the whole thing of like, oh, if you're naked but you're wearing shoes or socks, I'll be that person. It's you're just comfortable. They have that thing called grounding. It's like a
Uh-huh.
lot of like nature people do it, where it's like you're supposed to take your feet and put it on the dirt, the grass outside, and like the electrolytes that come from the grass make you erect. I have no idea the benefits of it, but it does something to your body that's good, and they call it grounding. And
Man,
I just haven't taken part in it.
white people are crazy. Put your toes in the dirt. Man, get out of here, man. Y'all crazy, man. Happy Black History Month. Y'all crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Before we dip out, man, I want to do a quick IG check. How's things going over there?
Over where? On our IG?
IG. I'm missing the shrimp posts.
Yeah, that was literally the only thing. Oh shit! Because I remember that was my goal last time to. Yeah, the only thing I posted was the shrimp thing, bro. I have been. I don't know. I've been on Twitter. I've been on Twitter a lot. I'm trying to tweet, and I've been having fun. I have a lot of fun on Twitter, man.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, IG. I put like it got to be something really good. Like I used to post every day, maybe sometimes 2 and 3 times a day. My goal was to post like every other day. But if it's not really, really good or a really good concept, like I posted, man, like 4,000 times on Instagram. Like, how much content do I got, man? Like,
You're
it
taking
got.
the. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was gonna say, like, it got to be something that's like the shrimp. The shrimp thing did very well. Like,
No,
I had a lot of people commenting and sharing it. Like, it did very, very good. Like,
not so well for the restaurant establishment. It didn't go so well for them.
listen, I'm for the people. That's who I'm for. You know, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I got to be really good. I'm not gonna force it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna force it.
You're doing the Charles bala 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 balky boom boom approach of don't try over IG. It's like if it comes naturally, it comes naturally. Don't
Yeah,
force it.
yeah. I'm not gonna force it, man. I've forced it for a long time. And another thing I realized too, which is so weird, and I hate Instagram for this. I gain more followers when I don't post. So like, if I I do my shrimp post, right? And I get a lot of traction. I get a lot of followers from that. But if I like keep posting, it's just like giving people more ammo to be like, oh, I don't want to follow him anymore or something. It's so weird. Like
Uh,
I lose a lot of followers on Instagram. but I also gain them too. But like it's weird when I don't post though, I don't lose as many. It's like they don't know I'm there still.
I
So I
wonder if
like,
it's a matter of their growth and engagement, the algorithms that come with that, and it's like, oh, we see you're not using it as much. We're going to target people, or we're going to forward them to your page, and then have them engage with you more to pull you back into posting. I wonder if it's anything like that.
yeah, but then the other side of it is once I do get engaged and I'm posting again, I lose people. So it's just
Yeah,
like
cycle.
yeah, I'm not done with Instagram. I'm done chasing the gram though. Like I'm done like trying to like get all these if followers come, I'm gonna put my content out there and I'm just gonna be happy with that, man. I'm not gonna like
Good
stress
for
it.
them.
Like it's just fucking too much, man. Like and another thing, Instagram don't make me any money at all.
Mhm.
Like I made more money from one tweet than I have in my whole 7 years on the gram. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like, yeah.
gotta start posting them holes, bro. Yeah, man. Just, yeah, man. Try to go through with the goals and all that stuff, man. I followed my goal from last week. My goal, is to get some hand cream.
You got it?
Come on, man.
Looking good.
I don't see any gray there. All right, I
All
got a
right,
little
between your
gray there.
pinky, yeah, you gotta lick that part.
New goal. Yeah, man. All right, I got to get up out of here. I got to play some UFC 4 before getting ready for this small one-on-one gathering with a mom from Pottstown.
Hey, that boy out here putting in work.
I don't.
Look at Pat getting, look at Kurt getting flustered. I like it. I like it.
I'm not getting flustered. I'm getting a little flustered, man. Come on.
You blushing.
Man,
That's a good note to end on with Kirk blushing.
not blushing. Well, thanks for listening and all that stuff. Try to forgive. See ya.
Peace.